What's good, everybody? And we are live. What's happening? We're going to try it again. Not quite sure what was going on. I thought maybe my daughter was streaming, but she wasn't. She's actually trying to build herself a computer. Didn't even do a thumbnail or anything. We're just going to try to continue where we left off. Hopefully, we won't have the lagging issues that we had just a little bit earlier. So we shall see. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna try this again. Let's see, man. Let's do the intro one more time. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. So, yes, let's go, brother. Pitney's with us, like, yeah, man, let's go, bro. Like, I'm sorry about that, man. I am so sorry. I hope we don't run into that issue again. We might. I don't know. Like I said, it wasn't my daughter. I was prepared to go in there. Like, are you streaming? She's sitting there building herself. She's building herself a computer. She's been asking me to buy her this computer, this gaming computer, but she's out buying the separate parts, so she's building it herself. So I'm so proud of my little girl. She's back there holding a little fan in her hand. She looks up at me. I'm like, oh, you're not streaming? She's like, no, Pop, I'm building my computer. So it is what it is. Yes, sir, man. We about to get into it. So we left off with on Club Shay and they were talking about what was going on with Wanda Smith. So I know a lot of people may or may not have seen it, but Joe Rogan even talked about this, man. Joe Rogan was talking to one of his comedians, Stavros Halakis. I know I hacked your name up, bro. I'm sorry. But he is one of the up and coming comics. He's a Joe Rogan comic. So, anyone that Rogan pulls onto his podcast more than once tends to do well, at least for a little while. We're going to be talking about that this week as well. We might just turn this whole week into comedy week. We're going to talk about that as well. The Rogan effect. Because Katt Williams spoke on that. See what I mean? He spoke on everything. So, but we have the Joe Rogan and his guests were talking about the video, and they actually played it. I got the clip loaded up here, man. So let's check out this clip so you guys can actually see. Now, his guest is going to be laughing very, very hard. It's going to be very difficult for you to make out what Katt is saying because the volume is kind of low, whatever. The levels are low, but whatever. Like, they're watching it. They're watching the video, and we can listen to what they have to say. But they started out talking about Katt Williams. This particular comic looks at Katt Williams as one of his, best comedians. He was talking about some of his bits. He's like, man, it was like one of his Michael Jackson bits and another bit that Katt did. It's like, man, those are the best bits I've ever heard on his Mount Rushmore of top, comedic routines. And then they were talking about, the incident with the middle schooler or whatever, the young boy that fought Katt Williams. And then they got into the Wanda Smith thing. So let's check this out.
Imagine coming back from getting in a fight with a child. he got fucked up by like a middle schooler.
Yeah.
And then it's like he's doing arenas like 2 years later. Everyone's like, well, that's it for Katt. That one time when he's just completely destroying some woman on the radio. Have you seen that? She is trying to go after him in the softest way possible, and he is it's like when he was coming back from his troubles and shit like that, and this woman has no idea what she's doing. He's just he's like, fuck, I forget what it is, but it's like him on, I don't remember what radio show, but it's like,
so they took a caller?
No, she's like a host, and he's like, he's just fucking being chill, whatever, and it's just like, he's just such a genuine guy that you can't shake him, and he's funny he's so fucking funny. What are you thinking? This woman, I don't remember what he said to her. It's, if you can find it, Jamie, but like, it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in terms of like just destroying a woman, destroying.
That's the only reason to go on one of those radio shows.
Yeah. Well, Sam does it where he goes on morning shows and talks about like how this is it.
Okay, give me
Katt Williams versus Wanda Smith.
And everybody get into it, y'all. It's so we're gonna get a chance to watch this. Yeah, Rogan brings everyone on his shows, man. Like, and Rogan really loves comedy. Like, straight up, absolutely loves the art form. That's why he brings on whoever he wants to bring on. Rogan even offered to bring on Katt Williams, you know, in the wake of the interview on Club Shay. So I'm who knows? Katt will probably take him up on it at some point. Katt will probably go on Joe Rogan, and that you want to talk about an interview that's going to break the internet. Katt Williams on Joe Rogan, that's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, and it's going to be a really good discussion about the business. It's going to be one of those great conversations, and it's going to be funny as hell. Rogan is going to sit back and let Katt do his thing. If that happens, oops, I got my picture way down here. Oopsie, my bad, y'all. I forgot to bring myself up. There we go. Like, if Katt Williams goes on the Joe Rogan Experience, it's gonna that interview is definitely gonna break the internet. Everyone's gonna want to watch it. Expecting more drama. Who knows what Katt will say? I don't. Rogan is an excellent interviewer. So who knows where that will go? If it happens, I will definitely watch it. I know Spotify wants it to happen. I ain't gonna lie. I hope Joe Rogan comes off with Spotify. I think his deal is about up. That contract is about to be renegotiated. I hope he comes off and just goes back to YouTube and maybe do another platform or something. But yeah, when he left YouTube, went to Spotify, I didn't go over. I was like, man, I don't feel like doing that. I don't know if Spotify got the kind of money they was hoping for. Rogan did. He got his bread. It is what it is. It didn't change nothing. But let's continue.
My hair is 19 inches long and I have no perm.
That's not a perm.
No, it is not. Nice lady.
That's
Come run one of your gnarled fingers.
Gnarled.
And their hands through yours.
That's right. They don't have to. I don't want them to. Get on out of here. You okay? You okay?
Gnarled fingers.
Tell Wanda to take off them headphones and that wig. That wig and that headphones come together.
All that clothes you got on. How about that? Yeah, they're old.
His clothes are
It doesn't
old.
matter. It doesn't matter. It's Versace.
I want to apologize to the people at Versace Collection. This is your 2019 summer line that hasn't come out.
We going to a break real quick.
All right.
Shady's got old ass clothes.
He says
Yeah.
run his
That's right. Shout out.
Now I know it's difficult to hear, guys, because his guest is laughing. Now, comics are like that, bro. Like, comics just can't stop laughing. Some of them. I mean, a lot of people think there's a nervous laughter or whatever, but when comics get together, there's some of them that just can't stop laughing, bro. It's like everything they say. You would think that you're looking around like, are there cameras on or something going on? Like, y'all got a road mic on? What's going on? That's just how they are. Some of these guys, it's like class clown to like the 1,000th degree, and they just can't stop. So Rogan is sitting there trying to actually watch this. His guest has seen this before and he's kind of listening to it, but he's just constantly laughing, so you can't hear it. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. I know it's difficult. We got Brother Jack in the building, soon to be air traffic controller. What's good? Can't wait for tomorrow. Let's go. Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well. Tomorrow we're gonna have a show, a comedy show here at Status. It's the comedy arc at Status. That's every Tuesday here in Tampa. And tomorrow's our first show of the year. So Brother Jack's gonna be there. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you, bro. So let's continue.
You don't remember me for wilding out, right? I'm not the right one to Jones though.
Get this inmate out of here.
If you can't get your blood pressure down, you can't call me down. If your cholesterol is 600, I'm little mama's baby daddy.
No, you little mama.
Yes, ma'am.
Look at she's so nervous.
She's so nervous, dude. Look at her. Look at the nervous laughter.
Sizes.
No, that's
Too
right.
big on the radio.
Turn
it down.
And you're
Yes,
in
ma'am.
prison.
I've never been to prison.
You have
19
several
felonies,
times.
no conviction. Prison and jail aren't the same. No.
Calm
No.
down, calm down.
Only one of us has $12
Calm
worth
down.
of jewelry on.
No.
You don't want to mess with someone like Katt Williams. You don't want to mess with Bill Burr, right? You don't want to mess with Tony Hinchcliffe. I got to give it to Tony, man. He's good at the whole roast thing. But like Bill Burr, Katt Williams, I mean, there's a few others out there that would just destroy you. How does she not know that? Right? How does she not know that? Going into an interview with Katt Williams, you want to talk crazy. How is that a thing? She forgot who she was. She forgot. She's dealing with greatness. and she that need to be right. And I'm gonna sit back here and you lost, lady. The only thing you can do in those situations is shut up. That's all you can do. If you're dealing with someone who is, boy, all you can do is shut up. Just shut up. And eventually he'll stop firing. You know what I mean? But you don't want to get into a verbal firefight with someone like Katt Williams. You know what I mean, brother? Those days of the building was good, man. Like he went in, he showed it, bro. I mean, he started out with gnarled fingers, man. Like she must have wanted to smoke. She didn't want to smoke. She just didn't know how to get out of it. Once she got herself into it, she didn't know how to get out of it. She thought she was funny. This is my town. I'm Atlanta. I'm funny. And boy, people were listening to this, probably crashed their car listening to this. All is well on this end, man. Happy New Year to you. I hope all is well with you, brother. Hope all is well with you, bro. It is what it is. Yeah, perfect. I mean, dude is just killing it. He knows what he's doing. This is how he feeds his family. He's been doing this for decades. Decades. And she decided she's going to try to do something with him. That was just foolish.
If you want to have Wanda's jewelry, please go to Citgo at any point. If you buy 2 packs of Newport 100, they will give you everything Wanda has on right now for $7.99 and a car wash. Would you come on down?
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
He's destroying this bitch. She has no idea what she's up against. On her own show.
Be careful. Even on the radio, you can hear the exercise that crept into her vocabulary.
Oh my God.
You already used that one. Don't repeat your jokes first.
I mean, dude.
God.
She had no idea who she was dealing with, and she learned quickly. This is the comedy world, bro. If you ask for the smoke, you just might get it. Comics do this all the time. She got smited. That's all that was. She got smited. And she started it. If you go back and find that whole video, which I will link in the description, she started it, right? Katt sat there and listen to Joe and his guest, because I don't want to say the brother's name wrong. Stavros. Joe and Stavros, we're talking about it. So let's check this out.
Just
Oh my God.
comes with a pack of Newport. You get
How does
everything
a
she
woman-
has on for
How does she
$7.99.
recover from that? How do you recover from that?
I think you have to quit.
And when you go back to work tomorrow and everybody's like, how you feeling?
Dude, that follows you for a year.
Especially if she reads the comments and you know she reads the comments.
Dude, that video is just will live on. That's what people will know her from.
How about
getting
you saying he has
destroyed.
old clothes on?
He looks
Like,
awesome.
first of all, you know he's rich. Katt Williams is rich. Like he's been doing arenas for
Yeah, she's the
decades.
4th mic on a fucking radio show. Come on,
like
lady.
what is that? You got old clothes on.
It's a woman completely out of her depth who didn't appreciate that everybody was, rightfully like respecting Katt as a fucking legend, and she probably just didn't like it.
She thought she was gonna get over on him.
How do you think that?
People are delusional. What?
And then they're going to get into part 2 of this. You're going to, for those who don't know, the story continued on. We talked about it on the other stream that they kind of just disintegrated on its own. I don't know what happened with that stream, y'all. It just, that spinning wheel of death showed up. But she started this thing. She started this verbal combat with Katt Williams. That's like picking a fight with Pi Mac. You just don't do that. In Kill Bill, when Beatrice was trying to get Pi Mac with the sword, he just jumped up and stood on the sword. That's what just happened here, bro. He was toying with her. He didn't even get any good. He was just toying with her and just absolutely demolished her. And she's looking in the sound booth. She's looking at the producers all falling out of their chairs. She's looking at everyone inside the studio with her, just sitting there crying, listening to, and just looking at Katt. And he just kind of looking at her like, it's like when Neo was fighting, you know what I mean? He was fighting the Sentinels or whatever, the agent. He's fighting the agent with just Agent Smith with just one arm. That's what Katt was doing to her, man. Absolutely destroyed her. And she couldn't handle it. So what did she do? Let's find out.
I'm looking.
What?
This story went crazy.
Oh no, did it?
Apparently, at a show of his in Atlanta, her husband pointed a gun at him.
Oh!
And it says it
Oh.
was because of his ridicule of her.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, imagine getting got so well.
Oh.
Imagine getting
Told you
roasted
fucking
so
with me
bad
will
your
go
husband
viral.
points a gun at the guy.
Following the interview and the alleged altercation between Williams and Sellers, Smith addressed both on air. She said that at the Comedy Theater, Williams saw her and approached her and said, "I told you, fucking with me will make you go viral." This led to Sellers chasing Williams into a Food Depot supermarket. Because of legal reasons, Smith couldn't talk further about the altercation, but she did discuss feeling attacked during her interview with Williams. Oh,
yeah.
the victim card.
Incredible, dude.
Good luck playing that card with that video.
Oh, my.
See what I'm saying? I mean, they're going to continue, but I felt attacked. You started it. You don't go pick a fight with Mike Tyson and then go cry to the police when you get your jaw smashed in. You started it. Like that dude on the flight that was messing with Mike Tyson. Tyson turned around and flared on him. He started it. That dude got in trouble. He got beat up and then got in trouble. You just don't do that. You got to know who you're dealing with. Right. And then Pink Book did a really good one, y'all. I'm gonna link it in the description so y'all can check it out. Pink Book did a really good one on this story right here. Because she was just talking about how, this Wanda Smith woman got her husband and her son to come up here and look for Katt Williams because Katt Williams was doing what Katt Williams does. Come on, man.
I felt like as he started to talk in the beginning, he had an agenda to attack me, and I kept feeling some type of way. She explained. Okay. He kind of came for me, and I'm not that kind of comedian. She's a comedian.
Oh my God.
Like, I don't go tit for tat. When he started coming at me, it kind of threw me off. I didn't know how to come back because that's not how I wanted to talk to him because of the respect.
Oh, now it's
I'm
respect.
not playing victim, she said. I'm not a jokester like that. I don't know how to do that. He did it. He won. It threw me off. Oh,
Just
my God.
take the L, lady.
Oh,
It's
my
like, yeah.
God.
I put some.
And you saw when Rogan was reading that, right? He was like, yo, she's a comic, which took it to another level. You should know better. See, we're going to make this comic week. We're going to talk about comedy all week long, y'all. We just going to make this comedy week, right? In the business, man, you got to have thick skin. Don't go after somebody who's better than you. Don't forget your place. There is a hierarchy, bro. Don't forget your place. You can't go after someone like that. And if you do, you can't turn around and play the victim card. Well, I don't know why he did that. You know exactly why he did that. You tried to get big, and he verbally beat you down. Now you're the victim. And then you turn around and you get people to come out here and commit felonies because of it. It was just words. Words. Comedy ain't no joke. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Katt Williams is one of the greatest. And she said, well, great. And I just, She completely disrespected him. And it was all over another comedian actress. I forget her name. It was all over her. And Pink Book does a real good job talking about it, right? She was, the Wanda Smith lady was trying to defend the sisterhood is what she was trying to do. And she just didn't like what Katt Williams had to say. And it got out of control quick. And it was her fault. Katt Williams was just sitting there doing what he does. And, let's continue. Uh-oh. My bad, y'all. Hit the wrong button again.
Smoked salmon up my ass and waved it in front of a bear's face, and it attacked me, and now I'm sad.
Worse, you pimp slapped the bear.
Yeah. It's insane.
I mean,
dude.
she went after him 100%.
Crazy. He was letting her off easy. And then at the end, when he's got the special bar charged up, he does his finishing move on her. She's fucked, dude.
Well, when he started with run your gnarled fingers.
Gnarled fingers is that's like, lady, that's the warning shot.
Yeah, you're fucking with an elite comic. And also, he's real comfortable and relaxed. And he's got his Starbucks.
Yeah, he's the man, dude.
He's ready to go. Oh my God, that was like one of the best takedowns I've ever seen.
It was fucking incredible.
But that's like a Mike Tyson fight in the 80s. It's like, what are you doing in there with him?
It makes no sense. You're a fucking tomato can.
This is a terrible idea. How do you think this was going to turn out?
I know.
And you see how comedians take comedy, bro? That's how comedians look at comedy. Like, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? You're gonna go after who? Like, what? No. Like, don't do that. That's not gonna go well for you, Shotty. That's not gonna go well for you at all. And that's what she decided to do. But the fact that this ends in a felony that didn't get called, but it was a felony, and no one got arrested for it. But she did lose her job. She lost her career. She threw her career away over that. She threw her career away. And I'm pretty sure she was probably the major breadwinner in her home. She had her husband and her son and whoever else they were taking care of. She threw it all away. She threw it all away. Why? It just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. Like, you don't throw it all away. Why? And I mean, I'm definitely gonna put that in the I'm gonna put a link to that, the full length video, so y'all can watch the whole thing, and then I'll put Pink Books in there as well. But before we go, because this is kind of like part 2, we got cut off, and maybe it was because I was watching. We were reacting to Club Shay Shay, but we're gonna get back to the Club Shay Shay thing because they talked about it some more. And now that we saw the video, we can understand where he was coming from because he did talk about this more as to what happened. Remember, they was talking about someone pulled a gun on him. So he's talking about what happened with the gun. So let's continue.
Yeah. You felt she hated you at that moment because you mentioned that she said it was going to be very professional. Oh, you won an Emmy. Congratulations. You put the city on. You own for the city. Yada, yada, yada. And now, did she mention anything about the Emmy on camera?
I believe you saw the video and you know that none of that took place. See, the issue is that all the comedians have to come do these radio stations because you have to sell your tickets. And so that means you have to go to the radio station.
Yes.
I don't go to the radio station and I don't make posts to sell tickets. I just don't. So you've not seen me. I'm not here in some subservient position where somebody sent me over.
You here out of the kindness of your heart. You are.
Katt doesn't do radio because he doesn't have to. He commands, let's keep it 100. He is the king of black comedy. Undisputed at this point. He doesn't have to do radio. And no one can make him because he pays for his own show. He produces his own shows from coast to coast, selling out arenas. He pays for all that. No one hired Katt to come and do it. He pays for all that. He rents the space out. He deals with all the vendors. He books his own shows. He pays his own comedians that's going to be on the show with him. He takes care of the crew. Someone has to build you a stage. So you have to have the sound people, right? All that costs a lot of money. It costs millions to do a tour, millions across the country. So when you do stuff like that, man, they tell you where you're going to go. It's like when a rapper or an R&B artist or whoever, rock and roll band, whoever, once they're signed to the label tells them what to do. You got to go here. You got to go there. You sign for that money. They don't give you the money. They loan you. It's a front. They front you the money. Now you got to put out the dope. It better be good. It better be fire. You know what I mean? So he doesn't have to do radio. He commands his own thing. If Katt Williams comes to your town, all the black folks are going to see. That's the ticket. That's the must-see show. And it's like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, who was a rich dude, his Spotify deal alone was worth $500 million. Joe Rogan's calling him rich. Like, Katt's rich. So like he's been, again, selling out for decades, doing arenas for decades. Come on now. He came in there just to help out his homeboy Red. Red was in town. Red was trying to get people to come to the show, make a little bit of money. Katt's going to come in there. And best believe people showed up that night because Katt was like, I'm going to be there. I'll see y'all there. People showed up because Katt Williams was going to be there. And old girl shows up with her husband and son trying to be on some street stuff. Madness. Absolute madness.
No, I'm saying in
No, but
the
no,
interview
yes.
situation.
Yes.
Yeah, like,
Yes,
right.
for sure.
Yeah, and this person knew I wasn't there for that, or it's.
But how hard? Because you have to understand, she is a female, and so you have to be careful. You have to handle her with kid gloves.
Sir, you want to go ahead and take that out? You don't want to be against equality, do you?
No.
Here's your red pill moment for the night, ladies and gentlemen. Did you hear what Sharp said? You got to treat her with kid gloves because she's a lady. What? I thought we were equal. Which is it? Which is it? And that's where Katt's coming in. Katt's red pill as the most red pill dude out there, but he knows what he is doing. Pay attention to this back and forth right here. And I don't know what Shay's thinking, but that is the blue pill. You got a red pill dude and a blue pill dude sitting in front of you right now on your TV screen. You tell me which is which.
Oh, no.
What you just said was very unequal, sir.
Bruh, but
I think maybe you've had enough of this. Because I think I just heard you say that women are not equal and should be treated unequally.
They want to be treated.
You mean
equal.
as a comedian?
No. Listen, you understand and I understand.
Yeah.
In certain situations, they want to be treated equal. Not all situations.
And what part of what you saw her get?
Oh, she deserved everything you gave her.
What part would have been different if she was a man?
Not a single one. Not a single one. Katt Williams isn't a big old dude. He's sitting across from a giant compared to Katt. Katt is barely 5 feet or something like that. He's smaller than Little John. Just think about that for a moment. Little John looks big standing next to Katt Williams. Right? He's across the table from Shannon Sharp. Huge monster of a man. And what Katt just says, like, what would have been different if she had been a man? What about that exchange would have been different? Ask Joe Rogan, Stavros, or whoever that dude is, the Greek comedian on it. Ask any comedian. What would have been different? What would have been different? If anything, Katt probably would have gone harder. Right? Think about that. Women always screaming equality and all this. Not all women, some people, people saying this stuff. And when you get just a little taste, this is just verbal. It ain't like they was going to blows. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like they was choking and screaming and dying. None of that. Just talk. Just words. Words. And somebody had to bring a pistol. Somebody had to bring a pistol to go holler at Katt Williams. Now, her husband probably say, well, I'm always armed. And whenever we go to events, I got to protect my wife and all that. Okay, I get all that. But come on now.
It would have just been more vicious.
Yeah, that's my point. I
took all the vicious and venom away because I didn't have any. Plus, I understood. I'm not trying to offend Black women with short hair. I'm not trying to offend heavyset women. I'm not trying to upset fellow comedians. I'm not trying to do any of that. And I am qualified to be able to do none of that and still eviscerate you because I'm smart enough to know that I need to say that you have gnarled fingers because I know your limited education means you don't know what the word means. So you can't possibly respond to it. You're not sure of the meaning. And I'm going to continue hitting you because this is what comedians do.
Right.
You've been masquerading that you're a comedian too. And that's the fallacy.
And there it is right there. That is what comedians do. And I had to look up that word. I'm just going to keep it 100. Like, what the hell? No, how do you spell that? I had to look it up. I mean, I had an idea the way you use it in context. That had to be something to do with girth or being big or something like that. But I wanted to look it up just to see for myself. Woo, that man has a massive vocabulary. And and everything he did, like, I know you can't respond to that because you don't know what the word means. And she knows she's on radio. Hundreds of thousands of people listening. If not millions, that's Atlanta. One of the top, was it V103 or something like that? One of the top radio stations in Atlanta. She blew it all up. She got rid of all that, man. All that because she couldn't handle the rough and tumble situation, the verbal rough and tough situation that she created. She created it. She started it. She couldn't handle it. And she ended up losing her entire career. She could have got her husband and her son locked up behind the nonsense that was going on. You feel what I'm saying? So, hey, man, shout out to the GOAT, man. If anybody gets a Don DeMarco, it's that dude right there, Katt Williams. And that is how comedians move, y'all. I wanted to leave it on there. That's how comedians move. It's rough and tumble. We get down. I've seen tons of fights between comics, female and male comics. Now, I've never seen a male comic try to fight a female comic. I have never seen that. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I've just never seen it. But I've seen female comics go at it. I've seen male comics go at it. You know, and I mean, it is what it is. You know, a perfect example, Bobby Lee. Bobby Lee is one of those guys who, a very famous guy, Mad TV, a real good comedian, accomplished comedian. Little dude, Bobby Lee is notorious for doing crazy stuff, wild stuff, and just tapping the glass, just messing with people, tapping the glass. And then when someone does something to Bobby, he'll play the victim card. He's notorious for that. I don't know why he did that to me. I don't know why he grabbed me. I don't know why he punched me. And then the story will be, I mean, all blown out of proportion or whatever. I don't know. Like, come on, Bobby, you did something, bro. We know you did something. We don't know what yet, but we know you did something. We're gonna go talk to homeboy and find out what happened. And sure enough, Bobby done did something. I mean, Bobby's done some disgusting stuff, bro. Just to other comics, you know, he'll say, this so-and-so is bullying me. Like, bro, you over here trying to bully these other comics. You're using your fame and your clout trying to bully these dudes. But it's just one of those quirks that he has. Like, you can sit down with Bobby on a decent night, man. He's just one of the nicest people to ever sit around with. He's helped a lot of comics. He's helped launch careers. He's been out there trying to set the record straight with people. Like, he's done good stuff too. You know what I mean? It was just not like all bad or all good. I mean, like, we're just all human. We're all human. At the end of the day, we do what humans do. You deal with all kind of stuff, man, trying to regulate your emotions, man. And, you know, this Katt Williams interview with Shannon Sharp on Club Shay, man, y'all got to check that out. I'm going to link it in the description below. I'm going to find the whole thing. It's a few hours. I'm going to link that in the description. I'm going to link that Wanda Smith thing in the description below, and also the Joe Rogan thing that we just watched. I'm going to put all that in the description so you guys can check it out on Team Replay. Please like and subscribe. Please don't be afraid to leave a comment. If you're a comic out there and you've been in LA, man, tell me if I'm wrong. Or if you want to share some stories, we could do that too. We can share some stories. The comedy world is crazy. It's crazy. If you're ever at the Comedy Store in LA on Sunset Boulevard, when you go to the back of the store, that's normally where they line you up if you go into the belly room, or if you go into to the belly room mostly, because the OR and the main room, you go into the front. But if you go into the belly room, they bring you to the back. There's a sign back there in the parking lot. There's a big old sign, and there's a little hole in the sign. And allegedly, that's a bullet hole put there by Sam Kinison, because Sam Kinison was doing his thing, as the story goes, and talked to some woman or something, or maybe roasting some woman. I can't remember the details. But some dude got involved, and Sam Kinison allegedly pulled out his .38 and pow, put a bullet hole right through the sign back there. It's unless they changed it, it's just like a little bitty bullet hole back there. It's one of the many stories of the Comedy Store. Especially when I started, man. Comedy Store was like Fight Club, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was so much going on there. It's crazy. So many stories. So many stories. So there's your red pill moment. Shannon Sharp sitting there talking about you can't be rough on women. You gotta treat women with kid gloves. You can't treat them like men. Really? And Katt Williams is like, just words. I thought they were equal. But what it really was is she was an inferior comic, and she got embarrassed in front of her entire fan base. And instead of just shutting up and getting out of the interview with a couple hickeys or whatever, she could have got just a couple scrapes. She tried to double down and double down and double down. And she ended up losing her career over it. All right, you know, it is what it is. So tomorrow we're gonna talk some more about the interview, you know what I mean, and some stuff that was said. We'll talk a little bit about the entertainer. We'll talk about Steve Harvey, Bernie Mac, you know what I mean, and maybe some others tomorrow. We'll speak on this some more. You know, and shout out to Joe Rogan, man. Like I said, Joe Rogan's always gonna keep it 100. Shout out to Joe Rogan. He's like, man, she had no business in the ring with him. That's like me jumping in the ring with Mike Tyson. What am I thinking? Or Tyson Fury. Like, what? I have no business in the ring with them people. And she got what she got, man. And I don't feel bad. I don't feel sorry for her. None of that. She lost her job. She lost her career. She screwed up her career because she tried to dish it out and she couldn't take it. She chose the wrong opponent. Patrick Bet-David has a book, Choose Your Enemies Wisely. She did a poor job of choosing her enemy. And again, everything that happened is her fault. Her fault. So I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. Thanks for rocking out with me. It looks like we were able to get through this stream. I don't know what happened on the last stream. I just don't know what happened. But we were able to get through this one. Thanks for rocking out with me. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed and or liked. Appreciate you. You know, share this clip and share it and all that good stuff. If there's some stuff on here you want other people to see. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all coming through, rocking out with me. And the brother Penny wants to know if I'm using OBS. Now I use StreamYard, man. StreamYard normally works pretty good. I think it has to do with, I think it was just too many people and there was some sort of surge or overload with the bandwidth overall, maybe down here in Central Florida, something like that. Maybe people jumped on, everyone was jumping on their computer before the game. You know, we have the national championship, the national college championship is about to come on in 20 minutes. So maybe it was just too many people or whatever. So all I did was shut everything down. I went to check on my daughter and I just kind of like, well, let me just give it a few minutes or whatever. Came back and everything seemed to be okay. Yeah, especially when you're in Chrome. Yeah, see, I'm gonna have to definitely do some more research. Brother Viking says he has something for me as a package for me. So I'm definitely gonna holler at him this year, Viking Paradigm. He says he has a package, so I'm probably gonna have to change up everything. But there's a lot of men who will be interested here in town. I think we would do well. So I'm trying to get a hold of Donovan. I've been sending him messages, and what I'm gonna have to do is jump on one of his live streams, send a quick super chat or something like that, get his attention. And we'll see if we can get him to come to Tampa. If he's already committed to Vegas, then it is what it is. We'll figure out something else. But we got a lot going on, y'all. We'll be down in Miami in March. I'll let y'all know exactly when, but we got some stuff coming up down in Miami, so we plan on being down there in March. And by we, I mean the new Templars. So yeah, man, stay with us. We're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep doing this stuff, man. I'm still figuring out my in real life streams. I haven't figured out my camera completely yet. So once I figure all that out, you're gonna see me out. And probably at the comedy shows, I'll be walking around with the mic and talking to folks, trying to get some quick little interviews or some funny comments or whatever. So we're gonna keep growing. We're gonna make this happen. We're on track. We are on track. We're coming up on 2 years. You know, PBD and the Critical Drinker, even Fresh and Myron, they've been in this for a while before they formed Voltron down there, and the Fresh and Fit podcast was born. So we're on track, guys. We are on track. Thanks to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Sister Candace and for brother Players in the Man. I appreciate y'all. The super chats from the other stream. You know what I mean? I really appreciate that. I'm gonna keep both these up. You know, it is what it is. The stream before was messed up. We had to come back and do another one, and here we are. So that's it. We're done. I appreciate y'all, man. This was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. We're gonna continue talking about comedy and the entertainment business. We're gonna center on Katt Williams and some of the stuff that he said. And I can just kind of give y'all my little anecdote or my little 2 cents on some of the stuff that he said, because a lot of it, I'm like, yeah, I was there. He ain't lying about that. Some of it, like, oh, I don't know, let me ask around. But hey, man, it is what it is. He just blew the curtains off the windows and all of Hollywood and all of comedy and all of hip hop and all of everything is exposed right now. So take a look, take a peek inside, y'all. Let me know if y'all like what y'all see, if you don't like what you see, right? So I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, man. I'm DL saying this is the I Really Want to Know podcast. Thanks for rocking out with me. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.